this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how you can make these gorgeous face scrubbies, which are really quick and easy to do. I'm going to be talking you through the pattern. This pattern is a free download on crochetsociety.co.uk. I will leave a link in the description box below of where you can go and download this. So go and download it, print it off, or have it on an iPad or an iPhone or something, and follow along with this tutorial so that you can get used to reading patterns. You'll need a cotton yarn. I'm using yarn in colours, but this particular pattern has used King Cole Cotton Soft DK. So I would just recommend a cotton DK for this project. The reason why you want cotton is just because of the type of project it's for. With it being face scrubbies, you want it to absorb water in the correct way. I've recently done a face washcloth tutorial which would be perfect to go along with these, so I'll again leave that in the description box below. You will need a 3mm crochet hook or whatever size hook your yarn requires, a pair of scissors and a darning needle to sew in your ends. As I mentioned, this is a free pattern that you can get from the Crochet Society website. If you haven't seen already, the Crochet Society is my brand new subscription box. How gorgeous is this box? This is due to be delivered to its subscribers at the end of this month, and subscriptions close at midnight on the 14th of May, so make sure that you head across and go and check it out. You're going to want to subscribe to guarantee that you can get your hands on box one, and they are going super quickly. So as I say, you can subscribe up until the 14th of May, or if they sell out before, then they will go off sale at that point. One more thing I want to mention is I'm going to be doing an exclusive giveaway for the members of my Bella Coco Facebook group. So I'll leave a link in the description box below so that you can go and check that out. You can win £50 of Love Crochet vouchers, which is amazing. Just think how much yarn you can buy with £50. Okay, so go ahead, click the link and get your pattern and come back and I'll show you how to walk through to make your face scrubbies. Okay, so here is the pattern. It is written in UK terms, but I will mention the US terms as I go throughout the tutorial. It's giving you the information for the cluster stitch and the starting cluster just here, and also your abbreviations down the side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these instructions on the screen at the side here so that it's easier for you to see, but have it close by to you so that you can read through it and make any notes if you need to. Feel free to adapt this. So treble is a UK term, in the US that is a double crochet, so feel free to write that in if you need to and highlight throughout to remind you of where you need to make those alterations. So let's go ahead and get started with this chain 5. So you want to begin by creating your slip knot, and you can do this in whichever method you prefer. Go ahead and insert your crochet hook, and you're going to start off by chaining 5. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and then one more, yarn over, pull through. So you have 5 chains. You're then going to insert your hook into the first chain, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through both loops in order to create your first circle. So we're going to start off with a starting cluster, and the reason why this is different is because we need to get our stitches to the right height to start creating our clusters. So the first cluster is going to be slightly different to the rest. So you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then we're going to finish off by making this into a cluster. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through just 2 loops, and you'll be left with 2 loops on the hook. We're going to do that again. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. You'll have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. You'll have 4 loops on the hook. This is the point that we want to get up to. We're now going to yarn over and pull through all 4 of those loops on the hook, and that is our starting cluster. We're now going to do 5 cluster stitches, and we're going to do a chain 2 in between each of those. So as the pattern reads, we've just done our 1 starting cluster. We want to chain 2, 1 and 2, and now we have a repeat of stitches which we're going to do 5 times. So we're going to do our first cluster, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and again yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. You'll have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2. You'll have 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all 4 of those loops, and then you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. So that is the first of our 5. We'll then do another cluster, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops on the hook, and chain 2. So we now have our starting cluster and 2 clusters just here, and we're going to work 3 more of those clusters. So go ahead, pause the video, rewind the video if you need to, and I'll meet you back once you have done another 3 clusters. So I've just done those next 3 clusters. So we have our starting cluster and then we have 5 normal clusters. I've just done my chain 2, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my hook into the top of the first cluster and slip stitch to join the first stitch to the last, like so. So that is our round 1. We're now ready to move on to round 2, and we have some information there in the brackets which indicates it's a group of stitches all performed together. So it says slip stitch, chain 3, 1 treble, 2 chains and 2 trebles into the first chain 2 space. So that might sound complicated, but that basically means we're going to slip stitch over into the chain 2 space, like so. So insert the hook, yarn over and just pull through. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to do a treble crochet, which is a double crochet in the US. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. You'll have 2 loops on the hook, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then do 2 treble crochets into that same chain 2 space. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and another treble into that very same chain 2 space. So we're going to repeat that all the way around into the chain 2 spaces. So we're going to go straight into that next chain 2 space, but the first one we did a chain 3, but we're actually going to do 2 trebles, chain 2, 2 trebles, all into those spaces. So we'll go straight into that space and do a treble, 1 and 2, chain 2, 1, 2, and then 2 trebles into that very same space, 1 and 2. We're going to move straight over into the next chain 2 space with a treble, so 1 and another treble, 2, chain 2, 1, 2, and then 2 trebles into that same space, 1 and 2. So you're going to repeat that all the way round into your chain 2 spaces. So it's 2 trebles, chain 2, 2 trebles. Meet me back once you've done that into the last space, and I'll show you how to finish off round 2 to move on to round 3. Okay, so I've just worked my way all the way around, and what you will find is you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these shells, as the pattern is calling it. And now what we're going to do is slip stitch into the chain 3 from the very beginning, so the top of the chain 3 from the beginning of the row. So insert the hook and pull through and through again to connect the last stitch to the first. So now we're on to round 3 and we want to slip stitch into the next chain 2 space. So this is the chain 2 space and we're just going to slip stitch over there to get into position. And we're going to do a starting cluster into this chain 2 space. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then do our starting cluster, which is yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, you'll have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, you'll have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, you'll have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on that hook. It's now telling us to chain 2, 1 and 2. And then we have a group of stitches again. So it says 1 cluster into the next space between the 2 shells. So that is this one here. This is the chain 2 space because it looks a bit bigger, and this is between the shells. So we're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2. You'll have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, you'll have 3 loops on the hook, and then yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, you'll have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 4 of those loops. So that is the 1 cluster into the next space between the 2 shells. It's telling us to chain 2 and then do 1 cluster into the next chain 2 space. So we'll go ahead and do a cluster in here. So that's 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. So we're basically going to chain 2 again and do a cluster into this space, chain 2, a cluster into the chain 2 space, chain 2, a cluster into the smaller space. Do that all the way around. You'll end up with 12 clusters in total. So pause the video, work your way until you've got to this last cluster, and I'll show you how to finish off. Okay, so I have just worked my way all the way round, and now it's time to finish off. What you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3 from the beginning of the row. So go ahead and insert your hook, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through. So chain 1, snip off your yarn and pull out your hook. Now, when I'm crocheting, I tend to find that when I do it on camera, my tension is a little bit tighter. So if you have a look at my scrubbie, it isn't completely laying flat. Now you can block this, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But what you could do is, if yours is the same as this and your tension's a little bit tight, then you can go ahead and go up a hook size, so from a 3.5mm to a 4, and that should help with your tension. But I'll just quickly show you how you can block this because it is super easy. So I actually have just a foam play mat here, and you can go ahead and take your scrubbie and just take some pins and pin it down to block it out. Now you can take a handheld steamer and just go across it and just leave it to dry, and that will help to straighten it out. Or you could just spray it with some water and leave it to dry. The only thing you would then need to do with your scrubbie is sew in your ends. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that now. So you want to go ahead and thread up your darning needle. And you're going to use the rule of 3. So you're going to go into your work. And I would suggest kind of going in this way, just because you've got the bulk of stitches there. Weaving it in to your stitches, pull the yarn all the way through, and then pull back on the stitches just so it's not too tight. You can then go back the other way, trying to grab different fibres within the yarn. Again, try not to make sure it's pulling too tight, and then go back once more the other way. So the rule of 3 is to go one way, back the other, and then one way again. And then you can go ahead and snip off your yarn. You would also do the same with the other side. Now I actually crocheted mine in, but I would recommend that you leave your tail end a little bit longer here so that you can sew it in a bit more. But because I've crocheted mine in, I'm going to snip mine off. These are going to be washed quite a lot, so you want to try and weave in your ends as well as possible. So there we go, that is the crochet scrubby tutorial. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. Don't forget you can get the free pattern off the Crochet Society website if you haven't already, and there's also other free patterns on there as well which are really cute, so go and check it out. Don't forget the subscriptions close on the Crochet Society boxes on the 14th of May, and you can also win £50 worth of Love Crochet vouchers in the Bella Coco Facebook group. All of the links I will leave in the description box below. Once you have made yours, post your pictures using the hashtag Crochet Society and Bella Coco Crochet. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you again next time. Bye!